Okay. Very good, very good. Okay, let me play around with the mics, okay? Because I want to hear you since you have got some time. It's got about 8 minutes. Okay. Esther, I'm going to unmute you, okay? Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Yay. Okay, very good, very good. Ace.
Hi.
Hello, nice to meet you. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, maybe you can share with me which schools you're from, you know, if you're comfortable to do that, and also maybe what you would like to see in class. Okay, today we are focusing on oral. Yes, Trulia. Today is about 4:30. Usually the class is about an hour. Okay, it may run slightly longer if there is a lot of content, but I'll try to keep it for 1 hour simply because you may get tired if the content is heavy. All right. Okay, maybe you can share me what school you're from. Okay, Trulia, I'm gonna unmute you. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Which school are you from, dear?
Nanqiao.
Nanqiao. So you live in Sengkang?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you like to see anything you like to learn in class in the coming weeks?
No.
No. You're fine with anything.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, dear. I'm gonna mute you again, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Anderson. Anderson, is that your real name?
Yup.
Okay. Wow, you're a very confident speaker. Which school are you from?
ACS Primary.
Okay. And would you like to see any particular content being covered in the coming weeks?
Not really.
Not really. So anything's okay?
Yup.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to mute you, okay? Okay, very good. Hang on, let me see. How about... let me just have a look. Not bad. All of you are early. And quite somewhat earlier, okay. Okay, Branson. Where are you? Okay, I'm going to unmute you, okay? Hello.
Hi,
Hi, what school are you from?
Radin Mas.
Radin Mas. So you live in the west?
Hello, Branggang.
Tengok Belakang. Yeah, okay. Okay. So anything you'd like to learn from us, you know, in the coming week?
Maybe.
Okay, what would you like to learn? Compre?
Maybe Comfrey.
Compre, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll definitely include it in the coming weeks. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Are you with somebody?
Huh?
Are you sitting with somebody? Because I hear a second voice.
No.
Oh, you're alone, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Muting you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, sure, Trulia. I will be sure to add in editing. Yes, Dash, I can see your face. Okay, we've got time for a few more. Welcome to those who just joined us. Okay, we're just having a short chat because everybody over here is early, which is great. Either you're really bored at home or you're really excited. I choose to think that you're really excited. Okay, Dash, come. I will let you speak again. Where's your name? I can't find it. 1 second. Okay. Yes, dear. I know you want to talk to me. Okay. Which school are you from, dear, Dash?
Elias Park Primary.
Oh, you stay in the east.
Elias Park Primary here only.
Yeah. So you stay in the east, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here only, Pasir Ris.
Pasir Ris. Okay. So, what would you like to learn from us?
I would like to learn editing.
Yeah, I seem to see quite a few, like Shulaya wants to learn editing, you. So great. Okay.
You know,
I'll
actually,
bear it.
right? Wait,
Yes.
this is very funny with me. When I get to do editing, right? One time I did this word, then I couldn't do it. So then I made it more wrong. I made it more wrong.
How did you make it more wrong?
Yeah.
How do you make it more wrong?
Because when there was not supposed to be a E, I added two E's.
Okay, well, I hope you've learned from your mistake. It's a
Yeah.
painful mistake, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be sure to include it. Thank you for your feedback. All of you, thank you very much for your thoughts, yeah? Okay, Darsh, can you mute yourself back, sweetie? Thank you. Okay, we've got 3 more minutes. Oh, okay. Wow, Anderson, you're in Shanghai now? Cool. Okay, shall we have one more? Okay, how about Callista? Hello.
Hi.
Hi, which school are you from?
I'm from CHIJ Primary to Payo.
Okay, so you're living in the central part lah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, anything you would like to learn from us?
Maybe
Don't say anything. I will definitely cover editing already and comprehension. Compo?
yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll be sure to cover that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to mute you, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay. Very good, very good. Estelle. Okay, is there a reason? Wait, hang on. I see the chat. All right, last student for me to get to know a bit more about. Hang on, I'm trying to find the name now. Okay, Estelle, you've been chosen. So maybe you'd like to share with us? Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, which school are you from?
I Tong.
Aitong. Okay, so that's in Bishan, Sinmin, right?
No.
Wait, Aitong is not in Sinmin?
Oh, yes, it's at Sydney.
Okay, so what would you like to learn about, as in from us?
Synthesis and transformation.
I was waiting for that. Why nobody said it? Okay, Ken, I will address it. What difficulty do you have with regards to synthesis?
Every time I want to write a word, for example, like embarrassing, I will suddenly write two E's and two R's.
Okay, Siri, I think that's got to do with spelling, not so much of synthesis, lah, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So there may be an element of spelling in synthesis, but usually they will have the word over there for you to copy. So unless you're telling me you copy wrongly, then that is a different problem, right?
Yes.
Okay, so okay, I will address it. I will remember to put it in the coming lessons. Maybe not all at one shot, right? Because there's too many. I mean, there are too many different things, but definitely I'll cover it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Muting you, dear. Okay, very good, very good. Now we can start. Okay, it's 4:30. All right. Now, welcome everyone to our first live lesson. Okay, and I hope that you have been coping very well with your home-based learning. Okay, I know it may be very tiring for some of you. Some of my students have told me that they just do work, homework after homework, because it's very hard for teachers to actually have videos or live lessons for you all the time, right? But good on you, okay, that you've been trying your best. It's been about 2 weeks, right? Coming 2 weeks now. And I think that it's a commendable effort, regardless of how you're coping. I think that it's good that all of us, well, basically we are very familiar with this slogan now, right? We are all in this together. Really, we are. I'm also stuck at home, as you can tell. Not that I'm complaining, but okay. So for today, let me just go through a couple of class rules with you first, okay, before we begin. Okay, now, as you can tell, right, all of you can actually see that I have turned off all your web cameras. I'm sure you've heard. If not, if this is your first time hearing, there was an incident with Zoom last week. Some security was breached, right? And we at 88 are trying to prevent that. So that's why your web camera is turned off. You are also muted, simply because, number one, it's polite to listen to one person speaking at one time, right? And that person has to be me for most of the lesson. Okay, so only one person speaks at one time, okay? Oops, sorry, oopsie. Okay. Okay, so only one person speaks at one time, which is me, okay? And like I've said, right, whenever you're not speaking, please put your microphones to mute, okay? not only so that we cannot hear what you're saying, but sometimes there's feedback if maybe you're too close to the keyboard or to the microphone, and that results in a lot of unnecessary noise in the background, which makes the experience a very unpleasant one. All right, okay, all web cameras to be turned off, and if you need to chat with me or if you want my attention, can you please just raise your hand, okay, at appropriate junctures. Not at every minute you want to talk to me, okay, that's a bit hard for me to entertain you, okay, but make sure that you do so at appropriate junctures, okay. If you've got any questions, okay, feel free to chat in the chat group, but only right when I'm addressing the class and when there's something that I require a response to. Other than that, please refrain from using the chat group simply because I want you to focus on the lesson content. Okay, students, now if you're with me so far, can I just see a thumbs up to know that you're following me? Thumbs up, people. Very good, very good. Excellent. Good job. I love this picture. I should take a picture of this thumbs up screen. It looks like mahjong tiles, then you flip across, right? You see all the thumbs coming up. Very good, very good. Okay, come. For today, I'm sure you've looked at our class content, right, from our webpage, from our website, okay? We're going to be dealing with oral. Okay, so the things that we're going to be focusing on, right, are going to be reading aloud. Okay, I know many of you would tell me that reading aloud is very simple. Oops, okay. Reading aloud is very simple. You're right to say that reading aloud is simple. Okay, but there are some techniques to help you improve on how you read aloud, right? I've always told my students that, oral is a component of the exam paper that you should basically score in and keep the marks in your pocket, simply put, right? Because it's given to you. Oral, listening are all these two components are where you can score in. So why would you want to waste the opportunity to score there? Correct? Okay, so over here, we're going to be learning on word stresses. Okay, which part of the word do you actually stress on? Okay, the volume at which you read it. I know many of you, especially the girls. Not that I'm saying that it's always the girls all the time. Don't get me wrong, please. Okay, but most of the time, because girls are a little bit more shy, right? So we tend to be a bit more soft-spoken, gentle, so to speak. Okay, and we tend to not dare to speak aloud. Okay, Darsh, I see your hand. Okay, sweetheart, let me finish this section first and then we can address your questions later. Okay, now give me a second. Let me just go through the content first. Okay, now, volume being one, right? Pace is another. Now, whenever we read, okay, we have to make sure that the person on the other end can understand what we are saying, right? So if we read too fast, the person may not be able to follow us. If we read too slow, it's very boring, correct or not? Okay, so if it's very boring, the person wouldn't want to listen. The examiner wouldn't give you a good grade, basically, right? So in that case, we have to take note of the kind of pace that we are reading at. Okay, and of course, the intonation means how you actually sort of make your voice move, whether it goes up, it goes down, the pitch of your voice, right? Whether when it comes to a question, you're actually raising the end of the towards the end of the sentence, your pitch and tone, so to speak. Okay, so these are the areas that we will cover today. Okay, and I will start with you cannot imagine how important reading aloud is. Okay, it's a very important skill to have, right? And you should be able to read aloud, basically read a short text aloud. Okay, I would need to, at any point of time, if I see any of your web cameras being turned on, I will need to turn them off. So please refrain from turning them on, yeah? Because it will be very distracting for the rest. Okay, I seek your cooperation, right? I believe as primary 3s and primary 4s, you're mature enough students, right? Okay, to be able to listen to instructions simply because it's respecting other people. Okay, so let's create a very conducive, very comfortable environment for all of us to learn in. Okay, students? Good. Now, back to what I was saying, right? Reading aloud is a very important skill to have. Okay, we need, at this point of time, right, we'll be given a very short text, actually, right, to read and of course, read accurately, read fluently, right, accurately, fluently, and with expression. You realize that whenever your teachers give you text, they always have dialogues in them. Why is this so? Okay, because dialogues are when you can express yourself better. If they give you a free text, right, just a narration, you realize it's going to be very boring. Okay, so you actually need to have that dialogue to make it a little bit more alive, so to speak. Okay, and as much as possible, remember we need to pronounce our words clearly, okay, so that the examiner or the person who's actually listening to you is able to make out what you are reading. Okay, students? Now, in this lesson, right, you will learn how to read with proper word stress, as I've told you, right? Read at an appropriate volume and pace. Remember, pace is very important because people need to listen. You're not reading to the ants in front of you. Okay, you are reading to human beings who are interested to hear. I mean, or they pretend to be interested to what you have to say. Okay, and you remember to read with appropriate intonation, expression, and emotion. This is very important, okay? I will go into examples later when I know that some students, because maybe not at this age, but when you go into primary 5 and primary 6, when the boys, your voice start to deepen, you may have a problem, expressing yourselves, I get it. I've seen my students struggle. So it's like, if it's a girl talking, and I mean, if the text is about the girl talking, and they're trying to pretend to be that girl, not a very pleasant experience for both the listener and the speaker, so to speak. But it's something that we have to overcome because we all have to grow up in a way, right? I'm talking to the boys specifically, yeah? Okay, so we'll go through some techniques for that. Okay, I will slow down. Thank you, kids, okay, for highlighting that to me. Okay, and remember to read with confidence, okay, and express the meaning of the text clearly. Okay, as much as possible when you are given the text, try to understand the context of the text. Context meaning the background, what the text is used for, right? Okay, once you understand the text, okay, or the context that it is used for, it is easier for you to put yourself in the shoes of the speaker, the reader, so to speak. Okay, students? Now, wait, I see a chat. Let me, hang on. Okay, Darsh, I tell you what, if those of you have any questions, can you please just type it in the chat first? Because if I were to ask you the question, it may be quite, I may lose my train of thought. I'm getting a bit old, right? So I may lose my train of thought. So maybe you can just type it down, as in the chat group. And when I open the chat, I will address it later. Is that okay, students? All right. And yes, there is a break. There'll be a short break later, okay, for you to grab a sip of water, go to the washroom, etc. All right, but for now, I'll like you to focus on what I have to say. Okay, now, word stress. We all know that for all words, there are different parts of the word that needs to be stressed, right? English words are made out of stress, okay, stressed and unstressed syllables. Right, reading words with appropriate stress will help you in your pronunciation. So you actually get the right meaning, the right context of the word across. Okay, when you stress a word, you usually say one syllable more loudly than the other syllables. The following examples, the syllables that should be stressed are capitalized. Okay, so now let's go through a couple of words, right, with different stress places, so to speak. Okay, now we have the root word exam over here, right? So you realize that the stress is on exam. So it's exam, correct? Examine. So your stress is on examine. Okay, can you all try with me? Exam. Say it aloud. Okay, you're by yourselves. Okay, you can't really, nobody can hear you. Okay, so just say it with me. Okay, examine. And for the last one, you realize that it's examination, right? So the stress is on nation, so examination. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I would like to hear some of you read the words, okay? So we'll start with exam first. Can I have any volunteers? Okay, firstly, we will just go through, just say it once, okay, with the right stresses in the different places, okay? So do I have any volunteers? I see Victoria, hang on now, let me go and unmute you. Okay, 1 second. Okay, where are you, sweetheart? Okay, Victoria, can you read for me exam?
Exam.
Very good. Okay, mute yourself, sweetheart. Thank you. I saw Rika just now. Rika was the second one to raise the hand. Where are you? Let me find you. 1 second. Rika, where are you? Okay. Okay, Rika, can you read examine?
Examine.
Very good. Okay, very confident. Okay, I like it when students read with confidence because that means that you believe in yourself. You believe in what you're going to say. Okay, keep it up, the both of you. Now, examination. Okay, that's a tricky one. Who wants to volunteer for examination? Oh, I've got so many volunteers. Hang on. Okay, Felix, how about you, dear? You want to try for me examination?
Examination.
Well done. Okay, good job. Now, all of you are very brave, are very courageous. Okay, all of you who actually volunteered your answers. Good job. Okay, now let me just have a quick look at the group chat. I see that there's something going on. Okay. Many of you are volunteering. Okay. On a side note, on a more serious note, yes, this is recorded. Why? Okay, because there are some students who may be late, okay, and they would like to watch our lesson maybe in the beginning, right? And they would like to catch up. So we will upload this after the lesson is done. Or there are students who are unable to make it for whatever reason, right? We will also upload this after it's done, okay? So Liz, can you please turn off your webcam, dear? Okay, let me turn it off for you. Okay, students, I repeat, I would like to everyone's webcam to be turned off, please, okay, except for mine, so that we will all remain safe in a very safe and secure environment. Okay, let me move on now. The next slide. Okay, now try reading the words below aloud. Okay, I will give you, let me see, okay, it's 4:43. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute. Look at all these words. Okay, focus on the capital letters. All right. I mean, okay, I don't mean to circle that word. It just happened to be on that word. I know what all of you are thinking, huh? Okay. And focus on the capital letters so that later when you can volunteer yourselves, okay, we will all try to pronounce all these words. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute. It's 4:43. 4:44, I will check in with you guys. So practice all these words. Okay, in the meantime, I'll look at your chat. Don't be distracted. Look at the screen. Okay, 40 more seconds. Twenty more seconds. All of you are very excited to read. Huh? Very good, very good. I like this. Okay, come, let's go through how we can read this. Okay, students, please remember that I am not looking at the chat most of the time. Okay, I'm looking at all of you simply because I'm addressing all of you, right? So the chat, I only look when there's like a short break. Okay, so can I have volunteers to read for me the first one? Oopsie. Okay, to read for me the first one. Fastest hand first. Okay, I have so many students. Okay, we'll start with Aisha. Do you want to read for me the first one?
Yes.
Okay. How do you read it?
Sing.
Very good. Okay, so you realize, thank you dear. So you realize that the entire word is in capital letters, right? So the whole word must be said very loudly, basically, right? Sing. Okay, sing. The whole word has the stress on it. Okay, next word over here. All right, let me go for, let's see. I'm trying to get every student to have a chance to speak out. Okay, so don't mind if you've already, said something, right? I'll pick on the rest as in I'll select those students who haven't had the opportunity to speak yet. Okay, Pranshu, you want to try the second word? Pranshu?
Detect.
Detect. Very good. Very clear. Good job. Okay. Now, the third word. Can I have Lasya? Now, this is a long word, okay? So you must remember which one to focus on, yeah? Lasya? Lasya?
Celebration.
Celebration. You want to try it again?
Celebration.
Good job. Okay, you must sound very happy because a celebration, students. Celebration, you tell me, is it a happy or an unhappy occasion? It's a happy occasion, right? So you should sound the part, right? Celebration. Hey, let's go for a celebration. Okay, got it? Very good. Now, the fourth word. Okay, who no? Okay, who can I have for the fourth word? Any volunteers? Okay, let me have a look. Okay, Anderson, you want to try the fourth word?
Dentist.
Good job, dentist. Good job. Very, very good. Okay, so dentist, right? Okay, the stress is on den. And how about the last one? Can I have someone say it out for me? Okay, I'm looking. Anyone else? Okay, looks like we can have Raika. You want to try it for me?
Scientific.
Okay, sweetie, you're very excited. I can tell, right? Your sigh and T sound a bit similar. So which one is louder, sigh or T?
T.
T. Okay, so how should it be read now?
Scientific.
Okay, scientific, basically, right? So it's a little bit louder on the T, okay? But good job, okay? Good job, very good job. Okay, now all of you give yourselves a clap. I know you've practiced this at home. And for those of you who volunteered yourselves, like I said, it's a very brave thing to do. So can I have all of you clap for yourself? Give me the clap, come on. Now only a few people clapping. But good job, okay? You have that emoji, okay? Good job, okay? Now, I like this kind of response because then you are involved in class. Okay, so just get in the front of the lesson and learn, because that's the best way you can actually learn. Okay, students? Now, we'll go on to the next slide. Okay, can I have you mute yourself?
Look at this.
Uh-oh.
It is stem.
Aisha?
annoying.
Okay, I heard that. So annoying. Okay, volume. Now, when reading a text such as a story, you should read some parts loudly and other parts softly, right? To give a more interesting effect. Okay, you need to vary the volume simply because some parts need you to be a bit more excited, right? Okay, usually in dialogues, the use of capitalized words means that the character is either speaking loudly or shouting, right? The emotions projected by the character can tell you if they're speaking at softer or louder volume. Basically, if a character, for example, right, if a female character is frightened, okay, she will usually speak softly or timidly, right? Now, I told you just now, usually girls tend a bit more shy, right? They tend to be, be a bit more reserved, rather. So their volume will be softer. Okay, and if she's angry, she will speak what? More loudly, more fiercely. Okay, students, I hear something in the background. Can we please all mute ourselves? Okay. All right. Okay, she will speak more loudly or fiercely if she was angry. Okay, now let's have a look at this dialogue over here. Okay, listen and observe, or rather, let's have a look to see how you can actually raise or lower your volume, okay, when reading a dialogue over here. Okay, so let me give you 20 seconds to just quickly read through this. Okay, you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. Okay, I will get 2 volunteers to play the role of the teacher and the pupil. Okay, so just take 20 seconds to just look through this passage and then we'll sort of play it out, role play it out, okay? Oh, very good. I've got so many participants wanting to volunteer yourselves. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, okay, students, please take note that the chat, as much as I know you're being very friendly with each other, but for me to suddenly look and see 88 chat messages is a bit shocking. I've never felt so popular, but I don't think it's for me. Okay, come. Let's not digress. Okay, I will pick. Okay, now I will pick those who have not flooded the chat group simply because you're flooding the chat group. Okay, so let's be a bit more respectful towards others. Okay, now those of you who would like to read, please put your hands up. Okay, very good. And you may be excused. Okay, for those students who need to go, you may be excused. Okay, let's have a boy and a girl. Okay, okay, we'll get Felix. Felix, you'll be the teacher? Okay, and can I get Victoria? Can you be the pupil? Okay. Don't worry, Dash, you'll get your opportunity later. So I'm going to mute Victoria and I'm going to I'm going to unmute Victoria and I'm going to unmute Felix, okay? So when you're ready, Felix, can you start, please?
Jean, why are you late? This is the third time this week.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Tan. My dog died this morning. It was run over by a truck.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. Poor thing.
Thank you, Mrs. Tan. But right now, I am so angry at the driver.
Very good. Okay, both of you, all of you, can we give them a round of applause? Very good. Good job. Okay, now please mute your mics, okay? Now, I noticed both of you, okay, very excited for one, which is great, okay? I love your enthusiasm, okay? But over here, let's take note that when we say loudly and softly, there must be a visible difference in your volume. Correct or not? Cannot be loudly this volume, softly also this volume. There isn't any difference, okay? So what I'd like to commend both of you on is number one, your confidence. Okay, you're definitely both, you enjoy speaking aloud and you dare to do it, which I think is great. Okay, secondly, whenever there are punctuations like exclamation marks, both of you have actually demonstrated this very well. Both of you demonstrated very loud reading basically, but I need you to work on the soft aspect of it. So for example, okay, Jean, why are you late? Okay, remember students, okay, whenever we have a question mark, my lessons, we have learned that, okay, can we please mute? Someone hasn't muted. I hear something in the background. Can we please mute, all of you? Okay, now, the question mark, we always have to go up, right? Why are you late? Why are you late? Right? Imagine your teacher telling you this, right? Why are you late? I always tell it to my students, why? You know, they hate it, but too bad. Right? So why are you late? Okay, whenever you have a question mark, you go up, your intonation goes up, right? This is the third time this week. Okay, students, remember something else for us to take note of, okay? TH sounds are a bit more sensitive, okay? It's just like the word three, right? You realize that there's a three, not tree, please, okay? It's not the tree by the road. Okay, my art didn't really do very well, but you can tell it's a tree, right? Okay, so it's three, right? You have the th over there, okay? So this is the third time this week. I'm so sorry, Miss Tan. Hello, softly, not loudly, okay? But be careful, students, okay? Don't promote Miss Tan to Mrs. Tan, okay? Because sometimes our eyes tend to play tricks on us, right? We see Miss and we are too excited, right? We see Miss as Mrs. Okay, so please be careful about that. Don't promote her, don't upgrade her. Don't know whether it's an upgrade or downgrade, but okay, so I'm so sorry, Miss Tan, right? So a bit more softly, right? My dog died this morning. Obviously, she's very sad. If she's very sad, she cannot sound happy, right? Usually when we're excited, we speak very loudly, correct or not? Right? So in this case, if she is dead, she will be a bit more softer, right? I'm so sorry, Miss Tan. My dog died this morning. It was run over by a truck. Okay, so this is how we should actually express our sadness, so to speak. Okay, then the teacher replies. The teacher feels sorry for her, right? That's why the teacher goes a bit more softly. Remember, the volume must drop from angry to sympathetic, I would say, right? Please drop the volume. Not always so loud, okay? Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. Remember TH again, okay? Please pay attention, all right? Poor thing. Okay, you realize that this passage, even though it's very short, it tests you on a few different things. Your ability to, number one, what? Change your volume. Okay, number two, pronounce the TH words. Okay, because you're at the level for P3 and P4, you're at the level we are starting to introduce you to more complicated words, more complex words, so to speak. Right? All these little words will come into play, right? And it is very important for you. Venkat, sorry, sweetheart, can you turn off your camera? Okay, so it is important for us to actually pay attention and make sure that we get the pronunciation right, because it is part of how we deliver the oral passage well. Okay, now, and for the last sentence, right, thank you, Miss Tan. But right now, a bit more louder, right? Because she's very upset, right? You know? So I'm so angry at the driver. Now, you realize that when I was reading it, right, there was a clear difference in the volume, right? Not everything at one volume level, okay? Students, then it's going to be very difficult for the examiner to imagine your different emotions. Okay, so as much as possible, let's try to put ourselves in the character shoes. Okay, angry, loudly. Sad, softer, right? When you're feeling sympathetic, softer also. You know, so different emotions require different volume adjustment. Okay, now you go on to the next slide. Second thing, okay, pace. We have just one more thing to go, right? A couple more slides before we can all take a break. We can stretch our legs for a while. Okay, now when reading, pay attention to your pace, or in other words, speed, right? We got to make sure that the person on the other end is able to understand what we're saying. Okay, so try not to read too slowly because you're going to sound boring, correct or not? Okay, on the other hand, do not read too quickly because it will be very hard for your listeners to actually understand what you're saying. Okay, hence you should always try to read at a very moderate pace. How do we know this, students? Okay, what is moderate pace? I cannot have a car passing and then telling me, okay, so this is fast, this is slow. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, it comes with practice. You read, people tell you, you know what, you're too fast. Then you take note, you slow down. Okay, you read again, okay, this is better. So you work with that speed, you work with that kind of understanding that it works for you, right? Okay, so all these can be nurtured through practice. Okay, students? Now, generally, you should increase your pace, okay, when you're reading exciting moments. Like just now, you realize that when the teacher was angry, wow, bam, that's it. It's whack the student only, right? Okay, so remember, when you are excited, you read a bit more quickly. When you're angry, it's a bit more quickly, right? Extreme emotions, I would say, right? Okay, you read a little bit more quickly. Just as when you're feeling sad, it's a bit more slow. Okay, it's slower in that way, right? Slow your pace if you want to build suspense, you want to tell something, but you don't want the person to know yet, right? Or convey feelings such as sadness or laziness. Come on. Whenever we're lazy, we're like, mom's telling us, go and do your work. Yes, mom. Go and do your work now. Yes, mom. Same thing, right? Okay, just to demonstrate they're feeling very lazy. Okay, so remember, reflect your pace according to the mood of the person speaking. Okay, students? Now, let's have a look at these two sentences, right? Pay attention to the reading pace. Okay, you realize, let me just sample it for you, okay? So that you roughly get a understanding of what I'm talking about. Now, if you want it to be very slow, right, students, okay? A very lazy afternoon. Typical, actually now every day is lazy because you're always at home, isn't it? Okay, so if it's a very lazy day, we read very slowly, right? It was a hot and humid Sunday afternoon as Peter sipped his iced tea lazily. You realize that I'm reading a very lazy, I'm not reading in a very lazy manner, but I've actually demonstrated that, give me 1 second, please. I've actually demonstrated that it's to be, the mood should be read in a very, the passage should be read in a very slow manner. Okay, now, because of this lazy Sunday afternoon, that's why my pace is a bit slower. Okay, but if let's say I'm feeling very excited, I've struck 40, I've struck Toto, right? Suddenly, Betty jumped up and shouted excitedly, I just won $1 million, right? She's like in disbelief for one. Okay, what's the meaning of disbelief, students? You cannot believe it, right? She could not believe it, right? Secondly, she's so excited. She's like, oh my goodness, let's say I'm Betty and I'm a student, right? What can I do with $1 million? I can buy a lot of things, you know. Okay, so she's excited. So obviously when you're excited, you read quickly, you read a little bit more loudly. So the pace and the volume comes into play. All right, some things for us to take note of. Emotions will dictate, okay, remember students, okay, at the end of the day, emotions, right, will dictate your pace, will dictate your volume. Okay, different people with different emotions will speak differently. We have to bear that in mind. Okay, now, I give you 20 seconds to read through this passage first. Okay, practice reading it aloud. Okay, and after that, I'll select 2 students. We'll break it up. Okay, we'll break it up from here to here, and then we'll break it up from here to here to read it aloud to me. Okay, don't rush through. Take 20 seconds to absorb the passage. Look at the emotions that they are feeling. Look at the instruction words that they are using, and you can imagine their tone. Okay, so take 20 seconds, students, all right, to go through this passage. Okay? All right, now, can I get 2 volunteers to read for me the passage? I see the chat happening. Why is this? Okay, 2 volunteers. Anyone wants to read? Okay, Dash, fine. But wait, hang on. Let me select the other one first. Okay, can we have one girl? Now we have a boy. I'd like a girl. Put up your hands, yeah, if you want to read. You know, you have the option of reaction, right? You can raise your hand, right? Okay, can we get Darsh and Juby? Okay, so Darsh should read the first half of it. Okay, relax. Don't be so excited. Okay, now Darsh, can you read the first half, please?
Miss Wong smiled at the pupils. They were in the school garden, and she had promised them a surprise. Look, class, Miss Wong instructed as she pointed at the apple bush. What do you see?
Okay, thank you. Okay, Juby?
8 children. 8 children bent over the apple bush. Curiously, they saw nothing but leaves. Suddenly, Dave shouted excitedly, "Look, a caterpillar!" True enough, a fat green caterpillar was sitting on a leaf.
Very good. Thank you very much, students. Okay, now, 2 things that I like about about how they've read, right? Okay, firstly, we'll give them all a clap. Okay, very good. Okay, for both your efforts. Very confident speakers, both of you. You read at very comfortable paces, which is great. Your volume was very good. Okay, but one thing I'd like you to both to take note of, okay, is when you see punctuations, could you please slow down? Like actually, Dash, I think you started off really well. Okay, but over here, for some reason, you forgot that there was a full stop, sweetheart. Okay, so remember, just a slight pause before you go into the speech. I think that will be even better. That will make your reading even better. Okay, so Miss Wong smiled at the pupils, right? She was very happy. So I could hear the happiness in your voice, which is great. Okay, they were in the school garden and she had promised them a surprise. Pause for just short while. Okay, look, class, Miss Wong instructed, right? Very good that you sounded very assertive. Assertive meaning that you very, not in a bossy manner, but bossy in a very positive way, because she was in charge, right? Okay, she instructed as she pointed at an apple bush. What do you see? Right, remember, students, as much as possible, try to have the intonation go up, right? Okay, because whenever you're asking a question, you should raise your end pitch, so to speak. Okay, and then for the next part of it, Juby, right? 8 children, very good actually, the way you read, right? 8 children bent over the apple bush curiously. So you pause a little bit because there is suspense over here. Okay, they saw nothing but leaves. Suddenly, Dave shouted excitedly, "Look, a caterpillar!" So you can hear that there's a visible difference in how you read it, right? The emotion of excitement is coming through, right? True enough, a fat green caterpillar was sitting on a leaf. Okay, so whenever we end off students, I always tell my own students to sort of lower down your volume a little bit when you're towards the end of it so people know that you are ending. Okay, not that, I wouldn't encourage you to read. True enough, a fat green caterpillar was sitting on a leaf. Then it's like, there's no clear difference, right, in the volume when you are reading the beginning of the paragraph as well as the end. So always make sure that when you round off, right, you sound a little bit more gentler, slow down a little bit so people know that you are actually ending. Okay, now a couple more slides. Intonation. Now this is what we were talking about, right? Let me just go through it with you so you are aware that you can use this as a technique to help you improve on your reading. Okay, now reading with appropriate intonation, what do we mean? Intonation is a rise or fall in your voice, right? Remember I said whenever you are asking questions, you always have a rise. Okay, now when you read with intonation, you will convey the meaning of your message a little bit more clearly so people know what exactly you mean. Okay, now listen to the text. Okay, so I'll read it out to you. You can actually tell that there's a difference in how it's being read. Okay, when you're reading WH word questions. So what are WH words? Who, what, your composition, right? Who, what, where, when, and your why. So your WH word questions, right? You should always have a fall in your voice. So you lower your voice, but you make sure that it goes, that you can actually hear that there's a question. Where are you? Right? So it's lowered, as in lower in the sense of your tone, basically. Okay, so where are you? Okay, now, when you are reading yes or no questions, right, you should have a rise. So yes or no meaning in response. So for example, have you eaten? right? You sound a little bit more upbeat, right? You sound a little bit more, your intonation goes up in a way because you're asking a question, right? Are you here? Okay, you realize that there's a, okay, my voice kind of like screech, but are you here? Right, okay, you can hear that there's a difference, that you're raising your voice, so to speak, because you're asking a question that requires a yes or no answer. Okay, now, when you're reading statements, make sure it's a bit flat, right? You lower your voice. So, I am here, right? Okay, it's a very flat statement. It doesn't require any intonation because you're not asking anything. Okay, so I am here. It's a very matter of fact kind of way of reading. Okay, and when you're reading exclamation tags or exclamation marks, so to speak, right, you should have a rise because you're excited. Usually, exclamation mark means that you're angry or you're excited most of the time, right? Okay, you want to demonstrate you're feeling very strongly about something, right? I'm here, right? Okay, that's how you read it with the exclamation mark. So you raise your voice slightly in terms of the intonation. Okay, students? Now, try, okay, before I get one of you to volunteer for each sentence, right? Okay, try reading these sentences out by firstly lowering your voice. Okay, remember when we mean lower, we don't raise it up towards the end. So where is Miss Tan's office, right? You realize it's not like, there's no, how to say, there's no way of going up. Like, for example, have you eaten, right? It's like, where is Miss Tan's office? Right, you can hear that it's still a question, but it's going down. Okay, for example. Okay, so can I just give you a quick 15 seconds to look through these 4 statements before you can volunteer yourselves to read it aloud. Okay, now 15 seconds. I'm just reading through the chat group, students. How come I see maths and science? It's very good that all of you are very enthusiastic, okay, about math and science. But during English, I hope that we can just address English questions over here, simply because if I'm reading it, not that I can only help you in English, but that would be what I would prefer to help you in. Okay, so let's have only English questions, and can we try to make sure that we reduce the amount of chatter that we have? You're supposed to be listening to me, right? Okay, students, please cooperate, okay, because when I read the chat, I want to help you improve on your English. Okay, not so much of, seeing all these chatter. All these chatter, you can actually have it outside or with each other outside of class. But during class, I hope that all of you will cooperate with me. Okay, very good, Pranshu. Okay, come, let's stop the chat. Let's go back. Now, volunteers, please, for the sentences. Raise your hands. For those of you who are interested. Okay, hang on. Let me have a look at. Okay, where are you? Victoria. Okay, Victoria, can we read the first statement?
Where is Miss Tan's office?
Okay, good. Okay, where is Miss Tan's office, right? You realize that she didn't actually go up. Good, thank you very much, dear. She didn't actually raise the intonation. She actually lowered it, right? Good job. Now, the second one, can I get Pranshu?
I need a bowl, a spoon, and a pair of chopsticks.
Very good, very calm, right? Very evenly paced. I like that very much. Well done, Pranshu. Okay, now, third one. Can I get Raika, please?
Who told you about this?
Very enthusiastic. Very good, dear. Okay. Who told you about this? Right? Okay, something is like a very demanding kind of tone, right? Someone who's not, it doesn't sound very happy. Okay, and how about the fourth one? Now, I've said this to my students many, many times. Okay, fourth one, anyone? Okay, Felix? Felix?
There is no need to shout.
Good job. Okay, there is no need to shout. Okay, I should be telling you all this, right? There's no need to shout. Okay, good job. All right, now we have one more slide. Okay, before we actually can go for a short break. Okay, now raising your tone, take another 15 minutes. Okay, to look at these statements, and then we'll get 4 volunteers again to read it aloud to me. Now, raising your tone means you go up a little bit, right? Because you're a little bit more excited, you know, because you're angry. Mute, please. Okay, because... Oops.
This book costs $20. And come to the party.
Okay. Okay, now 10 seconds left. Okay, come, let's go through it. Volunteers, okay, who would like to read, can you please raise your hand so I can pick you to read for me? Okay, I think just now I saw a hand. Shloya, you want to try for me? Where are you, dear? Okay, you want to try for me the first statement?
This book costs $20.
Very good. This book costs $20. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive, right? It's you, or either that or it's very cheap, lah, right? If it's very excited, correct? Okay, now the second statement, can I have someone else, please? Thank you, Innocent. Can I have someone else? Who else would like to read for me? Okay, Lasya?
Are you coming to the party?
Very good. Okay, I like how you read it. Are you coming to the party? That was very good. Okay, now the next one, can I get any other hands? Raise your hand, raise your hand. Anderson?
Hello, are you feeling better?
Yes, I'm feeling better after I've heard you, okay? Hello, are you feeling better? Very good, okay? Because you're checking in on someone maybe, right? You want to find out whether the person is doing okay. Good job. Now the last one, okay, can I get, who else wants to read? Put your hands up so I can have a look. Okay, Felix, you want to try?
Will Tim be attending this class?
Very good. Will Tim be attending this class, right? Because you raise it a little bit because you're wondering about something, right? You're asking a yes or no question. So it goes up a little bit, right? Your tone. Okay, students, so basically this is how we can make use of our knowledge about intonations, okay, to sort of improve how we read out these statements. Okay, now, okay, let's go for a short 3-minute break. The time now is 5:15. Okay, let's go grab some water, go to the washroom. Can we all come back at 5:18, please? Okay, now I'll see you in a bit. Okay, for those of you who are back, can you show me the thumbs up to show me that you're there? Good job, okay. Very good, very good. Okay, excellent. Okay, majority of the class is back. All right, let me go on to the next slide. Okay, let's all refrain from chatting, okay? So now let's focus. Okay, we're going to practice the text that I've given you for your pre-reading actually. Okay, now before that, okay, let me just go through a little bit more, okay, about expression and emotion. Okay, so different texts, right, may contain a range of emotions, okay? You have joy, you have sadness, okay? You have anger, surprise, or shock. These are just some examples of emotions, right? Okay, now how do you think each person is feeling in the following table? So I'm going to show you a table. We have, some people speaking. So I want you to throw out ideas on what emotions they could possibly be feeling. Okay, now, over here, we have this little cute Japanese girl, right? Who's saying, let's go to the zoo. Let's go now. Okay, so just think about it. What kind of emotion do you think the person is feeling? Any volunteers? You want to share with me? What do you think she's feeling? Okay, I'm going to look at the chat. Okay, so if you've got any ideas, maybe we can type it in the chat. Good. Okay, happy, excited. Well done, Ethan. Well done, Javani. Very good. Okay, so you're right. Okay, very excited, very happy. Okay, so just some emotions that this cute little girl could be facing. How about the next one? The boy over here, this grumpy boy. I don't care. I want it done this way. Doesn't it sound familiar? How many of you do that? Okay, I think I still do that too. Now, how many of you still do that? Very good. Very grumpy. Okay. Angry. Okay. Anything else? Very good. Frustrated. Okay. It's possibly a spoiled brat, right? So spoiled brats tend to be very what? Another word starts with S. Very good. He's spoiled. This is a very long word. Very star. Anyone? What do you mean crabby? Hello. Angry. Very stubborn. Good job, Victoria. Okay, so stubborn, right? He wants it only done his way. It's either his way or the highway, right? Okay, no other person can influence him. Okay, now, next, okay, this girl over here, what? The dress costs so much. Okay, so can I have emotions? How do you think she feels? Very sad, that's right, okay? Possibly very upset, right? Maybe she had saved maybe for $50, you know, and the dress cost $60 or maybe $70, and you know, she fell short, so that she felt very sad, right? Not depressed. Okay, depressed is on one end of the spectrum. Depressed is really, really quite bad, okay? But I see something just now, very good. I saw disappointed. Okay, now disappointed is a very good word to use to actually describe how she may possibly be feeling. You know, it's like you look at your results, right? You studied so hard for your paper. I've gone through this so many times, right? Look at your results. I studied so hard. I only got this. Oh, so you actually feel the disappointment, right? Okay, so she's obviously very disappointed. Okay, now how about the last one? Please don't hurt me. Very what? Scared. Okay, very good. Very, could be a bit nervous, right? Anything else? Could be a bit anxious as well, right? Okay, but primarily this person is feeling scared. Very good. Okay, so all of you are actually able to identify what kind of emotion the character is feeling. This is very important. Okay, students, remember this is very important because it helps you express yourself in the passage, right? When you're reading the passage, what kind of emotion you should actually use and how you should read it better. Okay, now over here, we'll go through the practices that you have gone through at home, I hope. Okay, now this is the text, okay? So I am going to take it as, you know, you've gone through this already. So I will just read this part over here and oopsie, sorry. I will just read that part over there and I will get students to read for me each different colored segment. Okay, so I've colored coordinate, you see from my slides, right? I've color coordinated it, okay? So over here, we will have different students reading each different color. Okay, students, I will read the first part. Now, the context of it is that imagine you are telling a story to your friends. Read the story below aloud so that they will enjoy listening to you. Okay, students, so can I get some volunteers to read aloud? Now, how many passage cases? So how many paragraphs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different colors, right? Okay, so I'm going to label the students 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please remember what numbers you are. Okay, because you have the responsibility, the heavy responsibility of reading out that colored segment to us. Okay, now 6 volunteers. I'll be selecting students now already, okay? Okay, Juby, can I have you read paragraph 1? Okay, so I'll give you all your numbers first, okay? So green color part over here will be Juby. Okay, don't mind, I write down your name so that I also can remember. If not, I may forget who I give the paragraph to, okay? Now, pink color paragraph, I'll give it to Raika. Okay, please take note of which paragraph you're supposed to be doing, yeah? Okay, blue color paragraph, okay, I'll give a boy to do it because it's blue, right? I'm so stereotypical, isn't it? Okay, blue one, let me have a look at who is volunteering, okay? Those of you who like to read, just raise your hands, okay? Okay, I'll get Felix. I see the same names. For those of you who are a bit shy, don't be, okay? Because I think we're all starting to get very comfortable with each other, right? So just practice, you know? Just use this as a time to practice, okay? Now, for the next one, it's a bit short, right? The green one is a bit short. So I will give you here, okay? From here until, yeah, a bit longer. All right, now, can I get Lasya? Okay, now from this orange to this pink, right? Okay, sorry, this orange to this one. Can I get anyone else? You want to raise your hand so I can... Don't lower it, yeah? Okay, Anderson. Okay, and Victoria for the last one. Okay, so let me see that I've got all different students reading. Okay, so Juby first, Raika second, Felix third, Lasya fourth, Anderson fifth, Victoria sixth. Okay, are we all ready? At the point of your paragraphs, can you look to unmute yourselves if I do not unmute you in time? Okay, now first one, Juby, are we ready?
Yes. Jane, where are you? Shouted John impatiently. His little sister was always late. He had been waiting for more than 15 minutes already.
Very good job. Okay, next one, Raika.
I'm coming! Jane's voice floated out from the house. After a minute, she emerged, looking hot and flustered.
Very good. Okay, next, okay, we will have Felix.
I'm sorry, I could not find my homework, she apologized. John nodded and got into the car. Jane moved to follow, but she suddenly stopped and let out a loud wail.
Very good, thank you. Okay, next one, we'll have Lasya.
Oh no, Jane exclaimed. My uniform has a stain on it. John got out of the car.
Thank you. This is very good so far. I'm hearing whatever I've taught you over the last, about last hour. You're applying it. Students, very good job. Okay, now Anderson.
Does that mean you need time to change? He asked in a strangely calm voice.
Very nice. I love how you put that raising of the last part, the change. You can all hear he went up, right? Good job. This is how it's supposed to be done. Okay, now Victoria, sweetie.
Do you mind waiting? Jane answered in her sweetest voice.
Well done. Okay, all of you, can you all give them a big hand? Okay, good job, all of you who have read aloud to me, and for all of you who have actually practiced reading aloud at home. Very good job. Okay, firstly, I would like to commend all of you on your pace. None of you read too fast. You're all very clear. Good job. Okay. Those students who had the question marks over there, all of you raised your intonation. Well done. Okay. I've not had students learn so quickly, and I'm very, very happy. Okay. Now, you realize that also Victoria towards the end, she's sweetest because she knew she had to be very sweet, right, to get her way, right? So she emphasized on it, which is great. Okay. Now, just some quick feedback for individual points, right? Okay. Juby, very clear. All right. Your pace was very good. Okay, Raika, you were very excited, which is great. Okay, but over here, because you were a bit more excited, you remember, sweetheart, slow down a little bit more. Because when you're too excited, right, sometimes students in general, please take note, not only just for Raika, if you're too excited, you tend to skip words very quickly and a bit more easily as well. So let's try to be a bit more cautious, right? Manage our emotions. When we're reading, it's good to be excited, but manage it. Let's try to remain a bit more calm, so to speak. Okay, yes, hi Dash, can you please turn off your webcam, sweetheart? Okay, next. Felix was very good. Okay, he was very calm, very confident last year as well, right? You can hear the demonstration of how much she panicked, right? Oh no, you can actually hear that, right? And of course, Anderson did very well with his question mark and intonation raising up, as well as Victoria towards the end. Okay, students, these are the things that we as teachers actually look out for when we are listening to you read, simply because it shows whether or not you understand what you're reading, right? You're not just reading a piece of flat text. There's question marks, there's exclamations, right? Make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, very good job for this first practice. Okay, now we go on to the second practice, right? Same thing here. Okay, I'm going to pick students again, right? Over here, let's see how many we have. We have one. Okay, okay, this one is a bit more tricky because there's a couple of sentences. So I need the person just to focus on one sentence. Okay, second one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have Okay, I'm going to break this up, 5 and 6. So we'll get 6 students again. Now, take note, those students who are reading those with the asterisk, right? You need to pay attention to certain things, especially the emotions that the character is feeling. So I would expect you, or rather I would hope that you are able to demonstrate the emotion. Okay, now let me start allocating the paragraphs again. Okay, can we have students who have not read try to read it aloud? Okay, now, Pranshu, can I have you read the first one? Okay, second one, let me get some students who haven't read. Okay, Chloya. Okay, third one, hang on, let me have a look. Anyone who hasn't read who would like to read, just raise your hands, okay? Don't feel shy. If not, I'll have to pick the, okay, Juby. Oops, sorry. Sorry. Okay, now, fourth one. Let me get, okay, this one, this is a dash. Sorry, D-A-R-S-H, right? Because I want to hear how you read hesitantly, sweetheart, okay? And I know you're volunteering yourself, so well done. Okay, Anderson? Okay, Victoria, and I think Raika, you do an excellent job at this. Okay, now students who have been given the different paragraphs, okay, get ready. I'll read the context first, okay? Now imagine you are telling a story to your friends, okay? Read the story below so that they will enjoy it. Always remember to pay attention to this, even though it may seem pretty much pointless, right? But there's always a purpose to it, okay? It actually what helps you understand what the passage is going to be about. Okay, now Pranshu, come sweetie, let me unmute you so you can read to us. All right, you're on.
There was no one in the room, only mirrors, many mirrors.
Good job. Okay, thank you. Now, Shreya.
I looked around in confusion. I was certain I saw the old man slip into this room. I had been following him while he strolled through the busy streets.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, now next we have Juby. Okay.
When he rounded the corner, he turned and caught sight of me. Then, like a spooked cat, he dashed into a nearby house. I followed just in time to see him run into a room. I stepped into the room cautiously.
Thank you. Okay, nice. Okay, Darsh.
And there? I asked hesitantly.
Sorry, sweetie, can you repeat that again? Because you missed out the first few words.
Hello? Is anyone there? I asked hesitantly.
Very good. Okay. Now, next we have Anderson.
Who wants to know? Answered a soft voice in a strange accent.
Oh, well done. You remember that who questions, you go down, right? You lower. Very good. Okay, Victoria.
I am looking for someone. An old man, I stammered.
Well done. Good job. Okay. Now, Raika, let's go.
An old man? The soft voice continued before it suddenly shouted, "How on earth would I know that?"
Very good. Okay, good job. Okay, now just some feedback individually. Okay, I realized that as usual, most of you, you're not shy. Very good. Okay, this is a very good thing that you're not shy. Okay, and most of you, especially, I love how Pranshu read at the beginning, right? He slowed down. You realize that he was reading very slowly, right? He created the suspense, because whenever you have short sentences, students, okay, it is to create suspense most of the time. So good job, okay, at trying to demonstrate that. Okay, Shola was very clear, okay, but I realized because the sentences are quite long, right? Some of you have trouble, right? For Chloya and Juby, right? The sentences are very long. So this is understandable that, you know, sometimes you find that you cannot breathe in between. Correct? It's like, don't know where to breathe. Don't worry, next time we'll cover it. Okay, when we get into more practice when it comes to reading, I'll teach you how to break up the sentences so you can read a little bit more fluently. Okay, and also sometimes you realize that the words are like tongue twisters. You know, it's like simplified tongue twisters, right? Okay, when that's the case, how do we actually make sure that we avoid, you know, making so many mistakes when we read these words out? Okay, if you actually use 88 Tuition, now how many of you actually use 88 Tuition? Can I just have a show? If you use AD Tuition, can you just raise your hands? Very good, okay? Now, okay, if you haven't, right, what you can do is actually go to our platform, right? You can register for accounts. Under my oral section for English, I do teach you how to actually break up your sentences. Okay, I teach you how to pause at certain important words, how to generate ideas, especially for your spoken interaction. Okay, so for those of you who actually have accounts with us, good job. Okay, you can go back and just revise on that. Okay, for those of you who would like to find out more, just go and create accounts and try it out. Okay, we do have 12 lessons for you to, as in for a free trial. So just go ahead and try it out. It's no harm. Okay, now let me give you some. Darsh, you sounded excellent. Okay, really, really very good. You did sound very hesitant. Okay, I thought it may be a bit more challenging because you are a very confident speaker, but you demonstrated this very, very well. I'm very proud of you. Okay, now for Anderson, Victoria, both of you, you know, the answering, basically these, you realize that these two characters have very similar kind of emotions. They're very unsure of themselves. When you stammer, when you answer in a very soft way, it shows that you're unsure, you lack confidence, you're very shy. Both of you demonstrated it really, really well. Okay, and of course, Raika, your confidence is just excellent at the end. Okay, it ended off our passage with a bomb. Okay, guys, big round of applause. Okay, I think all of you did really well. Okay, and I hope that you remember all these tips that I've gone through with you, you know, when it comes to your end of year oral exam, because I'm pretty sure that you will have an oral exam at the end of the year. Okay, students, now just to bear in mind what we've gone through, right? We have a checklist. Okay, so always remember, whenever you're given a text, okay, did you actually take time to rehearse reading the text aloud? Okay, now remember to always practice reading aloud. Okay, and did you pronounce the words clearly? Okay, did you read clearly and fluent? Remember, sorry, do you pronounce the words correctly, right? Whether the pronunciation of the word is correct. Most of the time, I tell my students, if you're not sure and you're practicing, go on to the dictionary app so you can actually listen to how the word is being pronounced. Okay, now, did you read clearly and fluently? All right. Did you read in an appropriate pace and volume? Okay, did you use appropriate intonation? The way you read, did you pitch yourself high? You know, as in, did you go towards a higher pitch when you're asking questions? And did you read with suitable emotions? Okay, and remember, students, do you read smoothly and expressively? Remember, I've always told you to put yourself in the shoes of the character, demonstrating the expression that they may have. Okay, students, now, wait, let me just have a quick look at the chat group. Okay. Now, students, why is it that when I told you not to chat in the chat group, all of you chatted? I don't think it's fair to everybody. So may this be the last time that this is carried out, okay? We can all chat about what we're talking about during class, but nothing, and definitely no spamming, please. Okay, let's create a safe environment. I'm not going to repeat myself. I don't like to repeat myself. So may this be the last time that this happens. If not, I will not hesitate to throw the people who are spamming my chat out. And I don't think you want to miss any part of my class, right? Okay, so let this be a soft, you know, caution to you, okay? Refrain from doing this, okay? It's not pleasant for everybody. All right, now, I'm going to move on. Okay, did you express the meaning of the text clearly? Remember, this is very important, right? Oopsie. Okay, and also make sure you show confidence. All of you seem to have no problem with confidence. Yes, 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 right? All of you seem to have no problem with confidence. So remember, at the end of the day, smile, be happy. Oh no. Okay, be happy and you will be fine. Okay. Oh no. Oopsie, sorry about that. Okay, now, before I end off, I always end off with the quote, right? You know, 88 students know that I always end off with a word of the day, a vocab word, or a quote, right? Okay, now, this is by Benjamin Franklin. If you don't know who he is, this man down here, old balding man, right? He's actually one of America's founding fathers, right? He tells us certain things, right? Tell me and I forget. So obviously, you know, when mommy nags, you know, I forget, right? Teach me something and I'll remember. But like all of you are so involved in my lessons today, right? In my lesson today, involve me and I learned. And I'm pretty sure that all of you learned something from my lesson today. Okay, but please students, okay, let's all be cooperative. Let's all be very mature students and avoid spamming the chat group. I don't want to see that ever again. Okay, I don't want to see people bullying. I don't want to see irrelevant comments in my chat group. Is that clear? Can I have your word that you would do your best to avoid doing this in future? Okay, if all of you are clear, can I have a thumbs up? Okay, can I have all your cooperation? Thumbs up, students. Okay, let's all be, create a very safe, very good learning environment for all of us to learn in. Okay, now, very good. Okay, good job. Okay, now I'm going to end off here. Take care, stay safe. We'll be on again next week. Students, just remember whatever slides I have today will be put up by the end of the weekend. So make sure that if you want the notes and the slides, right, check in at the end of the weekend. Okay, but other than that, I'll see you next week, same time, same place, and take care.